another Hawkins Corner. So today on Hawkins Corner, I'm going to be talking about an Amazon wig. So if you've ever been interested in buying an Amazon wig, but you've been kind of iffy because you really don't know if it's worth the money or if it's a dud, stay tuned and I am going to help you out. So guys, that was the install of the wig. So just some points and a bit of review just really quickly. The first thing is that this is supposed to be an 18-inch. Is it an 18-inch? The answer is yes, it is an 18-inch. But the problem is the density. So the density, I think, was 120%, which is the thickness. But I mean, it is 120%, but the only thing I don't like about the new age types of lengths is that when they say like 18 inches, you know, they are counting that split end type of part. And is it split ends? Definitely. You probably cannot see them on camera, but the ends are definitely split and the ends are much thinner. So comparing this to other wig companies, like OMG Hair, which I'll do a video on if you want me to, it is not comparable. Like when you get an 18-inch and the upper echelon hair communities, you get an 18-inch from the top to the bottom, and it doesn't thin out at the bottom. The second thing is the curl. Does it hold the curl? Yes, it holds a curl, but not as tight as I want it to. But it does hold a curl like any other hair. It is supposed to be body wave, so when I got it, it's that traditional body wave. And I did this last night with the rods, the flexi rods. So it is holding the curl. I haven't went out yet, so I'm crossing my fingers because I'm going out of town. Hopefully it'll hold the curl, but it seems like it does hold the curl. Softness. It is soft, and I don't really care about the reviews on Amazon that say, oh, it's super soft, because all hair is super soft when you first buy it. The test is going to come into play when I wash it. I did not have time to wash this wig, unfortunately, because I bought it to go out of town with, and I pretty much put it on last night, and I'm about to go out of town in a couple of minutes. So the real test is, once you wash it and condition it the proper way, is it going to retain moisture, or is it going to be a dried mess? And I've seen horror stories about people who got it and it looked like this at first, but when they finished, it pretty much, that first wash took it out. The actual parting space, I would say the parting space is really good, but do you have to do plucking? Absolutely. You probably can't really even see that in the camera. It is a 13 by, is it a 13 by 4? I'll put the details in the comments, but I think it's like a 13 by 4. The good thing about this wig is you definitely get all of the space. Now, 13 by 4 is like you get 13 inches across, and then, I'm sorry, I think it's a 13 by 6, and 6 inches going back. You definitely, as you can see here, you definitely get that part going all the way back, and that's one thing that I do like about the wig. So if I wanted to do a middle part, a deep side part, I could do that. Normally when you get the traditional lace fronts, now I've noticed that they have like 5 by 5s, and you're only getting lace right here. It's more affordable, but like I said, if you're not really doing a middle part and you want that deep side part, you're not going to get that effect unless you get like a 13 by 4, 13 by 5, or 13 by, this one is a 13 by 6. The next thing is the actual lace. Comparable to other companies, this lace, if I had to score it on a scale of a 1 to a 10, it would pretty much get like a 2. And the reason being is because this lace reminds me of like that beauty supply synthetic lace. Brands such as, who is that? Outre, Sensational. Those new brands that are, not new, those brands that are coming out with synthetic wigs like Wet Lace, Melted Lace, they have better lace than this. If you watch the beginning part of this video, you'll notice like on the sides, there was some type of plastic filament, like where the lace ended, and that really kind of makes me apprehensive because that reminds me a lot of synthetic wigs, and that's the same thing that they have. When you look at the actual knots, you probably can't see them much on camera, but the knots, girl, child, honey boo boo. If you pretty much are not a, I wouldn't say a wig connoisseur because you don't have to be an expert, but if you don't know how to customize a wig, you are really going to have some issues with the lace on this wig. It is not beginner friendly. I would definitely not recommend this for a beginner. I did not have time to pluck it, but the hairline definitely needed to be plucked. The parting space is normal. It's kind of thin, so I would probably customize by plucking my parting space. But the knots are super thick and big, like super. So if anybody is like up on me like this, and you, like I said before, the naked eye can't see it in the camera, but definitely like if anybody who knows how wigs look was up on me, they would be able to know that this is a wig based on like the thick knots. So I'm assuming that obviously they're hand tied, but the amount of follicles that they put in each one of those little small squares when they ventilated, you can tell that it was way too much. So the quality of the lace is just as important as the hair. And like I said before, it rates really low on the Richter scale of lace because of the fact that you have to do so much to it. Would I recommend bleaching the knots? Absolutely. I'm not a connoisseur of bleaching knots, but I definitely would recommend that also because it's so freaking noticeable. And as you can see with my baby hair, that's why I pretty much put my baby hair over the majority of the lace because it was so hard to hide. The color of the lace also is like an ashy brown. I don't really understand if I would think that clear lace is less expensive than tinted lace, so I'm not understanding why companies are charging more for like the HD or the transparent lace, seeing that it would be cheaper because you don't have to tint it. Maybe in the areas like China, wherever they're doing the hair, it's easier to find the color lace. I don't know. But it would have been much better if they would have just did like a clear lace, something that could melt, but it definitely does not melt easily. It looked like I had cradle cap until I swooped the baby hair over it. This is not a unit that you can wear without baby hair. You're going to have to wear baby hair. So I think pretty much that is it. For the tangling, it does not tangle as you can see here. The shedding, yes, it does shed a bit, but not enough for me to basically complain about it or anything like that. So if you are a wig connoisseur and you definitely know how to bleach those knots, you know how to pluck that hairline, would this be a wig for you? Yes. But would I recommend this for a beginner who's just looking for a wig? Absolutely not. Also, I know you see these YouTubers on YouTube, or this is a UNice wig, and when you see the people or the pictures, you think, oh my gosh, it's so pretty, it's going to look just like that. Absolutely not. Half of the time, the pictures are inaccurate. The other half of the time, it's a paid promotion, which this is not. This is my hard-earned money spent on this, and you can check out the details. And I don't think it was worth that much money. I think it would have been worth probably $100 to $120, but definitely not this price. So I think that pretty much is it. So if you don't mind customizing your wig, and you're a body weight type of person, you definitely can pick up this cheap wig. It was under $200. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this with others. And I'll be back, and I'll see you soon.